What if fixing a few simple jump rope mistakes could take you from constantly frustrated to skipping like this? Well, I've noticed when training beginners and even intermediate jumpers that the same problems pop up over and over. Lucky for you, I've spent the past 15 years mastering the jump rope, and I identified all the mistakes and how to fix them. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how to fix the 7 biggest jump rope mistakes so you can grow your skills faster and have even more fun. The first mistake is very common, and the big problem people make is they do this once and think they're done. You need to keep testing this as you dial in your jump rope form and technique because it will continue to adjust along with it. And that's the length of your rope. If your jump rope sizing is off, then it will screw up your form and technique, so you need to get this right. I have a whole video that walks you through this process in detail, linked down below. The next mistake, if left unchecked, can cause jump rope related injuries, and we want to eliminate those as much as possible. Jump rope is not a high impact exercise, but people make it one because they haven't learned how to jump properly. Beginners have a tendency to jump excessively high, thinking it's needed in order to clear the rope. As you can see, the rope is not very thick. So in theory, you only need to jump slightly higher than the rope is thick. But to be more specific, aim for jumping 1 to 2 inches off the ground. Stay on the balls of your feet and practice landing as quiet as possible. This will help you land softly and eliminate the jarring impacts. Some of the best benefits of jump rope is coordination, foot speed, and reaction time. But in order to build these skills, you need rope control. Rope control means you have developed an understanding of how high to jump and how fast to rotate the rope. The problem is a lot of jumpers only have one gear and jump at the same speed all the time. If you do this, you're severely limiting your progress. We want to take you from having one gear to 6 or more gears, and it's a simple process. Start by jumping at your normal speed, then begin to bring your speed down to a slow pace. Notice I don't jump much higher, and I'm still rotating the rope with my wrists, not my arms. Now gradually start to add rope speed. As you generate more rope speed, you will begin to lower your jump and increase the frequency of your jumps. Don't be surprised to trip more at first. This takes practice. Here are 2 things to watch for. If you're landing on the rope, then you're jumping a little too early. And if the rope is catching on the front of your toes or on the tops of your feet, you're jumping a little too late. Build up to the fastest speed you can without tripping a bunch, and then begin to gradually bring the speed back down to a slow speed. Repeat this process over and over. It will help build your mind, hand, and foot coordination for knowing how high and frequently you need to jump with different rope speeds. Ultimately, you can practice shifting gears more drastically from 1st gear straight to 6th gear, then to 3rd gear, and so on. Now, if you're tripping a lot, then this next mistake may be your issue. A big key to success with jump rope is developing rope feel. This is the ability to know where the rope is located as it's rotating around you through the pull of the rope on the handles. But this can be next to impossible for beginners if you're using the wrong jump rope. Take a cable speed rope, for example. They have light handles and a very light cable rope. This makes it incredibly difficult to feel when you're jumping with it, often causing a lot of trips. The best beginner jump rope, and honestly it's one everyone should have on hand, is a 6mm PVC rope. It has a little more weight in the rope itself that helps you feel the rope as it rotates around you. This is simply a great all-around rope, capable of a lot of progression, and can make a huge difference in your ability to learn fast. And I have my favorite linked down below with a 15% off code. Being stiff on the dance floor is never a good thing. Well, except if you're doing the robot. And who doesn't love a good robot? The same goes for jump rope. Relax, shake yourself out, and get a little loosey-goosey if you're feeling stiff. And remember to have fun. Nobody cares how good you are or if you're tripping more. Jump rope is a fantastic stress reliever once you learn to chill out and enjoy your jump rope sesh. Now, I don't hear anybody else talk about this, but this can be a pretty big problem if you're a jumper who wants to learn jump rope skills and tricks. I love learning skills and tricks. It's one of the most rewarding things about jump rope because there's almost endless progression, which gets you excited and keeps you coming back for more. But if you are newer to jump rope, you need to stay away from tricks for a while. Learning skills and tricks are tempting because you feel like you're doing cool new things, But the reality is, when I see beginners trying to do all sorts of skills, they're almost always performing them at a very low level. This can be like chasing a mirage in the desert. You think you're headed towards the thing you really want, but it always stays just out of reach and even can take you in the wrong direction altogether. That's what jump rope tricks can do to your progress. Instead of focusing on building a solid foundation of jump rope form and technique that will help you progress into learning tricks and doing so faster, you end up skipping out on really dialing in the basics and start chasing a skill over here and a trick over there and so on. This will significantly slow down your jump rope growth. Don't get sidetracked by skill and trick mirages. I want you to learn them, but not before mastering the basics. And in order to master the basics, you can't be going into your jump rope sessions and do the same thing over and over. You need to make sure you're practicing the right things in order to level up your skills as fast as possible. And this video will help you do just that.